Okay,
Yep,
you
still
got it.
recording.
Okay. All right. So, DJ, can you introduce yourself and let us know the name of your business?
My name is DJ Jones. I'm the owner of Aloha Floral and Gift Shop and 2.0.
Awesome. Can you explain the 2.0 thing?
Just kind of a play on words. This is an extension of Aloha. Ran out of space, basically. I had too many gift items that I wanted to bring into the store. So I opened a second location right across the way from OG, as we call it. So yeah,
Nice.
we have two locations. Yeah.
And how long have you been open?
Milestone, this is our 20th anniversary this year.
Wow,
I
did you?
I took over. Yeah, I bought the shop in 2005. Started out as a delivery driver, and 5 years later, I purchased Aloha. It was at the Merced Mall at that.
What kind of things do you sell or what services do you provide?
What don't I sell? Well, when I bought the shop, it really traditionally it was just a flower shop, and she had plants. She had no gifts, and in 2006, I also took on a full-time job at Rustberry, which was a gift company. So not only was I running a flower shop, I also was a sales rep for a gift company. And I was just going to all the different gift companies throughout Central Valley and the East Bay and up in Oakhurst, all over the place. I just knew I wanted to expand and have this cool product available to Merced. As you know, there's not a lot of places, specialty retailers around that have unique, different gift items. So not only, I grew up in flower shops as a kid, but I mean, I'm a kid at heart. So yeah, I love toys and I love stuffed animals and I love different candies and just unique gifts for people. And I know how much joy it brings me, and I see how much joy it brings other people. So that was always something I wanted to expand on, and it kind of just grew from that. So we outgrew them all, and we moved out of there in 2011, and been at the Bear Creek Galleria ever since. So we
Oh,
carry, you asked what we carried, and well, of course, we do flowers for all occasions. So we have that for, of course, birthdays and anniversaries and funerals and weddings and just becauses and I'm sorry's and then we still a lot of stuffed animals because I love plushies, so I kind of buy from like all the different companies that are out there, and we carry candy, unique candy like Jelly Bellies and Astro Pops and Whistle Pops, and even things that you've seen as a kid as the candy cigarettes are so popular, Zots, just candies you don't find at every Target or Walmart. A lot of Disney items from Enesco to Loungefly to Funko, a lot of
I can
collectibles.
attest to that.
Um, but then we have, for the adults, we have crosses and angels and stepping stones and garden flags and wind chimes and uh, mats for your front door and, just a little bit of everything. People come in like, oh my God, you legit have like everything that you could ask for. And I try to be a not, one-stop shop. So it's always kind of my goal. So I always get kind of sad when I don't have something for a customer because I mean, my goal is to have something, they can leave with something that they were looking for or something that they see and they didn't know they needed until they saw it at my store. So yeah,
that's awesome.
I could go on forever on that.
Well, yeah, my next question was going to be about what are you passionate about with your business, but it sounds like in general you're pretty passionate about your business altogether.
I'm married to my job. It's my baby, and it means everything to me. And people come in, like somebody called me yesterday and said, DJ, I just want you to know I bought flowers from you 3 weeks ago, and I'm just now barely throwing them away. They've been beautiful for 3 weeks, and it made my day. And I told her I'm so because people always take this time to complain, but rarely do they take the time to compliment. So every time I get a Facebook message or a phone call complimenting me on the customer service that they were provided, or the flowers, or the gift items, or how beautiful my store is, I mean, it's me, so it's a compliment to me, and it's my baby, and it's got my name on it. So that's why I want every arrangement that leaves my store, to be as most beautiful and last as long as it possibly can, because it has Aloha Floral's name on it, which basically is me.
That's
So
awesome.
it's my baby. It's my baby.
Right, so, what made you want to start or open your own business?
I didn't hear that, Steven. I'm sorry.
Uh, what made you want to start or open your business?
Okay. Just a fluke, I guess, because like I said, from in 2000, I started my own delivery service. So I got hired on at Aloha. There was a location in Atwater and then the Merced Mall. So I delivered for both of them. And then my mom was currently working at Sherwood Flores. So she got me a gig there. So I was like, you're a, independent contractor. So I had three different shops that I was delivering for 6 days a week. And Laura Dean, I guess she approached Laura Dean Griffin owned both locations. She started them in 1972 in Atwater, and I think the mall like in 93, I think. But she approached the manager and asked if she was interested in buying it because she wanted to retire because she was hitting 80, I think. So she was wanted to slow down a bit. And the manager, thank God, didn't want it. So she asked me. And at the time, I had just sold my mobile home because I took on a position as an assistant manager at another mobile home facility. So I had to sell my house. And it was like that time of the market was booming and everything was like I had two offers for my mobile home. And I had the extra money. So I was able to invest in buying the shop. So best decision I ever did. And that was in January of 2005.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so other than bringing joy to people's hearts with flowers and gifts, what are some things that your business does or contributes as far as to the community?
Well, I mean, I kind of call myself a catalyst because I know so many of my customers have become my friends, become my family, and we do fundraisers all year long and things like we do our annual stuffing drive for the Merced Rescue Mission, and we always average about 300 to 500 boxes of that we donate for all their Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. We do our annual bunny stuffed animal drive for some kids in at the high school that they donate for the Casa kids. So I think last year we donated over 400 pieces of plush.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so that's something else we do. We just recently did a fundraiser I donated 10%. We lost a dear friend, Maggie, that worked over at Jan's Cafe. We did a fundraiser for her and raised some money for her daughter, Paige, to, help with whatever, she needed help with. Um, anything that we, can help with in the community. I started Merced Rocks, which back in 2017, which kind of like the hub. Aloha is kind of the hub for that it became. And it's a rock painting group, and we, painted and rock and hid rocks. As you know, your sister Jessica, huge. That's how we met.
Yep.
Was huge into that, and in the process of starting that, we became so much more. We did so many and I think Jess might even help name that. We started calling them Rocktions, and we did things for like the American Heart Association for our members who lost family members. The Detweiler fires. We did so many fundraisers through that. We just kind of I mean, I know over the process from 2017 on, we've donated over $50,000 to our community, and I'm
Wow.
so beyond proud of that. And that, Merced Rocks I've made so many friends that have become my family through starting Merced Rocks. Just like, we're on our way to Disneyland, and who's running the store? It's Pam, and that's how I met her through Merced Rocks. And she's now one of my best friends, and she's an amazing employee to go and have some fun for Kayla's birthday. So.
Nice. Well, hi, Pam, and thank you for holding down the fort so we could do this.
Thank you, Pam. Yeah, for sure. That's Steven.
Um,
That's Erica.
Hey, Erica. I was gonna ask you, I am going to Disneyland for my birthday, and my uncle brings a lot to him, and he's my buddy.
oh, that's so
I love
sweet.
him. I love him.
Okay, love you.
Oh, man.
Okay, you're good.
So cute. So, what do you think
Yeah, so
for being open for 20 years? What do you think has been the key to your success?
one, working my butt off. I've always, I've always felt like, you have to put in the hours if you want longevity. So I'm not one of those ones that would like, start a shop and then just kind of just not put in 110%. Even when I had my other job, I was there every night after my job. I went 10 years without having a day off. From 2005 to 2015, I took not one day off. I always had another job, full-time job, plus all my days off. I was at Aloha because I wanted to fail. So, that's why when I see any kind of small business not make it, I always feel bad because, that's what I am. And I was all to succeed. So just working my butt off all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we want to spotlight these small businesses in town. We want to, lift up our community and, literally spotlight these businesses to kind of help out our community and really encourage the community to shop local because it really does make a difference, not
Yeah.
only for the community
Keep the money
itself,
in
but
town.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
We
teachers
couldn't think
want
of a better
this one.
place to use
You
as our
want
first one.
Love it.
What advice would you give to future entrepreneurs?
Well, just like I said, you got to give 110%. You can't call it in. You phone it in. You have to be there. And you know, I don't know if you've heard that on the commercial because he's a customer of mine, Andy Prodig, and he says if your customers become your friends, you're doing your job right.
Yeah,
Yes. So and like I said, I have so many customers, and I include you in that circle that people that have come to know and love, and you're happy to see them, and you bring the kids in, and you know for their to bring a little joy to their day, and um just love what you do. Love what you do is important too. And there's a phrase I have above my door, and it says, "If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs." So I
oh,
always I always
that's
think about that
yeah,
because I
I
am
like
living my
that.
dream. I'm living my dream, so it's not really work to me. I think about that all the time. Like, gosh, I hate to work for somebody else, and that's kind of originally why I got into it too, because I have so many past bosses that were horrible to me, and I always thought in my head, it's like what more bees with honey or what that expression goes, but they were horrible to me, and I
Yeah.
would do anything for them. Again, I always go above and beyond with my jobs. I always have, but I just got to a point where like, nah, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be my own boss.
That's
There's
awesome.
pros and cons to it, but there's definitely more pros.
Well, I've been to your store and I can attest to what you said. You've got a little bit of everything, but is there anything on the horizon? Is there anything that Aloha Floral is going to be bringing in new or any future plans? We got a 3.0 in the works.
I need to make time. I think what it is that there's so much stuff out there that I don't know about. And I need to find the time because I take days off. I'm there and I'm always like stopping by or checking on things or helping out when needed. I need to get some of these. There's on these gift shows every year, like in Vegas and New York, and there's so much out there that I don't know about. So I definitely need. I don't know about anything new really per se, as much as like, you know, I met with a rep this morning and she showed me some new sports stuff coming out for next year. Always look for the next thing, like the little boot boot craze is happening. So, and the blind box craze is huger than ever. So I'm always looking for those kind of things right now. So I can't say anything new that I can think of, but hopefully next year I want to go to the New York toy show and see what they have. Okay,
That'd
I
be
have a friend
awesome.
who wants to go. Yeah,
That'd
so
be cool.
yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
well,
Well,
I think that's all the questions we have for today.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Do you have any closing statements?
Come shop at Aloha Floral and Gifts in the Bear Creek Galleria.
Thank
thank
you,
you,
DJ.
DJ.
Thank you, DJ.
Open 7 days a week. Thank you guys.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay.